Everyone has a childhood dream.
Mummy, when I grow up, I want to be a racing driver.
Many dreams remain unfulfilled, crowded out by the day-to-day realities of life. As we focus on gaining an education, developing a career and bringing up a family, there is little time or money to make our dreams come true. Nick decided it was time to live the dream of becoming a racing driver. He wanted a fast car, but not just any fast car. He wanted one like the ones he saw as a child in the 1960s. Nick is not alone. There is an active interest in modern versions of these classics, and they participate in historic race events across the world. Nick was delighted to find a specialist racing car company in Northern Ireland that still builds new versions of their classic 1960 sports car, the Crosslé 9S. Nick made contact and placed his order. The Crosslé Car Company has been designing and manufacturing cars in the same factory in Hollywood, County Down, since the late 1950s. We have been given a rare opportunity to see behind the scenes of this jewel in historic motorcar manufacture as they construct Nick's new racing car from scratch. These uninspiring lengths of steel tubing will be transformed into the main framework of the car chassis. Careful cutting and brazing ensures that each component is exactly the right size and shape to recreate the space frame faithful to the 1966 design. Once completed, the bulkheads are located in the original jig, ready to be assembled into the chassis. A steady hand and practiced eye uses molten bronze to produce strong brazed joints. Adi, who has been with Crosslé's for over 20 years, takes no chances with stray sparks as he completes work on the frame. The finished chassis is very strong and rigid, but remains lightweight to give it the edge in competition. The freshly powder-coated chassis is now ready for assembly. In another part of the factory, Michael begins work on making the beautiful aerodynamic body. After thoroughly cleaning the mould, he applies release wax polish to the surface. Michael knows that the task of preparing the fiberglass body starts with a well-prepared mould. Time-honoured methods using wooden templates and hand cutting produce the shaped patterns of woven fiberglass. He feathers overlapping edges to help them blend together in the mould. Then comes the preparation of the chemicals. The resin, hardener and colour pigment must be mixed to precise proportions to ensure reliable and even curing. The first layer of coloured gel coat resin is applied to the prepared mould and allowed to dry. Careful stippling and rolling the fiberglass into place forces the resin and matting together, removing air bubbles and giving strength. Fiberglass is a composite construction. In this case, the woven glass fibre matting adds strength to the epoxy resin. It's the moment of truth as Crosslé owner Paul McMorran and Michael see the new bonnet emerge from the mould. The curvaceous design of the bodywork is not just to enhance the 9S's good looks, it adds strength to the shape and is aerodynamically formed to reduce drag on the car. Meanwhile, back in the machine shop, Adi uses the milling machine to remove some metal lugs from the Hewland gearbox casing. This increases ground clearance on the car. It is mated up to the race-prepared Ford Zetec 2-litre engine, which in this specification replaces the original BMW M10 as the modern powerhouse of the car. The exhaust system is a work of art in itself. The carefully calculated pipe lengths also ensure that power loss from the engine is reduced and that it retains maximum efficiency. The exhaust receives a ceramic coating to prevent corrosion. The wheel hubs and suspension arms have been fabricated and assembled by Jonathan, another of the Crosslé team. The attention to detail ensures that everything comes together smoothly. From the cooling pipes that keep the water circulating between the engine and the radiator, to the drive shafts, which will take the power from the gearbox to the rear wheels, and of course, the all-important temperature sensor. Every component performs its own special task. The air filter placed over the carburetors prevents dirt from entering the engine and causing damage. The coil springs and adjustable hydraulic shock absorbers are assembled and fitted between the chassis and suspension arms to give good handling. Safety is another important factor, and modern specifications are met. Chrome rollover bars form a triangle with the chassis and integrated roll hoop. Michael carefully makes finishing touches to the bodywork using fine sandpaper before giving it a final polish. The car begins to develop its unique character as the headlights and instruments are fitted and the wiring connected. The wheels are bolted on before the car is lowered onto the ground. AD places weights around the chassis to load the suspension and represent the final weight of the completed car. This allows him to set up the alignment of the wheels, steering and suspension. The car is now taking shape as the windscreen and mirrors are added to the front bodywork. The badge provides the final finishing touch. Nick flies in for a visit and discusses progress with company co-founder Rosemary Crosslé. He also has a personalised seat cushion created, which is moulded to Nick's shape using expanding polyurethane foam. This rather undignified process provides a good fit and ensures driver comfort, even if it does take a while. The completed bodywork is attached and the panels adjusted to ensure accurate shut lines. Michael carries out a thorough pre-delivery inspection. The race-prepared version of the Ford Zetec engine sounds very different to the standard hatchback. Finally, as all the stages come together, Crossleys prepare to say goodbye to another finished car.